Hello, Eagles fans, and welcome into the All-22 review driven by AAA. I'm Fran Duffy, and the Eagles fall on the road to the Dallas Cowboys, 37-10 final score. They jump out to an early hole, and it's the 0-14 hole after 2 turnovers on the opening drives. You've got a fumble by Dallas Goedert, a sack fumble against Carson Wentz in the pocket, and the Cowboys are able to jump out to a 14-0 lead that the Eagles were just unable to bounce back from. They did get some life on their third drive, and that's exactly where we're going to start here in this breakdown. All right, so the Eagles are down 14-0, and they get a spark because what happens is on 3rd and long, the Eagles get a roughing the passer penalty go in their favor. Jalen Smith hits Carson Wentz late. So now on the very next play, you get a big play, a Jordan Howard run plus 16. And this is going to be on a misdirection zone run play where you're going to look at these 4 offensive linemen here. It's all going to look like it's zone going the other way to the left side. But Jordan Howard's going to take it. His first initial step is going to look like he's also going to the left, but instead, he's going to then cut it back to the right. The key block here is going to be from Lane Johnson because what the Eagles are hoping for is they're hoping to play off Dallas Cowboys their aggressive nature. It's a one-gap defense where the whole defense is flying upfield. So with misdirection runs, you can hopefully create some favorable angles, create an alley for the running back. So we're going to watch here as Carson Wentz takes the snap. He's going to hand this ball off, and there is the key block from Lane Johnson, who shows that athleticism, gets out of his stance, and creates the run lane. Brandon Brooks does a nice job, gets good movement here, and now here is the alley in the B gap for Jordan Howard. And we'll let this run, and he goes 16 yards here on 1st down. Great block from Dallas Goedert at the 2nd level, helps break him clean. The Eagles start to get the ball moving here on their 3rd drive. Now, let's get to that touchdown, the first touchdown of the game for the Eagles in this game. They're down 14-0, and now you're going to see really creative play call and also great execution from everybody up front. We've seen Miles Sanders, we just saw him last week, score on a touchdown where you had him running down the seam on basically a quasi-wheel route out of the backfield. And the other 2 routes that were complementary was a jet sweep out of the slot, so you had the jet sweep action, and you had a deep over route to hold the safety. So this is the same concept, but the Eagles have a little new twist here out of this set because you've got Jordan Howard in the backfield, a split gun set. Instead of the jet sweep, you're actually going to have Jordan Howard go to the flat. That's going to save that same kind of purpose here for this Eagles offense. Try and get the eyeballs of the linebackers into the backfield to the left side. You're still going to get that deep over route, and you're still going to get the wheel route from Miles Sanders. So those are the 3 key routes here. And the idea is you've got to beat the free safety who's in the deep middle of the field. The Dallas Cowboys are a big single high team, a lot of cover 1, a lot of cover 3. So you've got to be able to beat this guy, the deep safety who's just off the screen. So the Eagles are hoping that they're going to get a big matchup here with Dallas Goedert, the athletic tight end, one-on-one with Leighton Vander Esch, because they've seen this. The Dallas Cowboys have seen the Eagles run this play numerous times. They ran it twice last week. They've run it 5 or 6 times throughout the course of the season. So when you see Miles Sanders in the shotgun, if you're one of these linebackers, you are alert right away to the wheel route, and they were counting on that. So we're going to let this run, and you're going to see Carson Wentz. They're going to send Jordan Howard from left to right. He's going to stare at that safety in the middle of the field, make sure he's there, take a peek at Miles Sanders. The safety moves. You can see he's in no place to defend this throw, and the Eagles score a touchdown over the top from Carson Wentz to Dallas Goedert. Big play to pull the Eagles within a touchdown here in the 1st quarter. And now they need a stand. Defensively, the Cowboys have been able to score with favorable field position on their first 2 drives. So Eagles kick off. Dallas is able to move the ball just past midfield, but then the defense tightened up. It's now 3rd and 13. You're going to see a key play here from Josh Sweat. After you have a sack from Derek Barnett to put it in 3rd and long, you need another big play. And one thing the Eagles have seen a lot over the course of this season has been chipping from opposing offenses. So whether it's been running backs out of the backfield or tight ends on the line of scrimmage, these guys have been really affecting the defensive ends before they release out into routes. And it's almost basically a quasi-double team, just extra trash that those edge rushers have to deal with before they get home to the quarterback. Now, before the snap, you could see you've got 5 offensive linemen up on the line and nothing else. So the defensive ends, Josh Sweat and Derek Barnett, they're thinking they're on easy street and they might not have to deal with anything extra. But just before they get ready to snap this football, Dak Prescott is about to bring Jason Witten in short motion from the stacked receiver set, now inside the line of scrimmage. Now, just before the ball snapped, Josh Sweat's got to deal with something a little bit extra here, and you're going to see that he deals with this chip block. So he's going to play through Jason Witten, then he's got to deal with La'el Collins, and he's going to win inside. We'll let this run here. So he defeats the block from Witten, is able to disengage, and then quickly wins with his feet on an inside move, gets Dak Prescott off his spot, nearly gets him down for a sack, but forces a throw out of bounds, and the Eagles get off the field on 3rd and long. Big time play there from Josh Sweat. Started with the sack by Derek Barnett, where he wins one-on-one against Tyron Smith, and then the Eagles get off the field, still keep it within a game here in the first quarter. So after that pass rush by Josh Sweat, the Eagles get the football back, and after that, they're really not able to generate much more. They go into the locker room at halftime, down by a couple of scores, end up being a final score of 37-10. And ultimately, I think when you look at this game, 4 turnovers, 2 of them on the opening drives that gift wrap 14 points to this Dallas team. You have 5 penalties. You go 3 for 9 on 3rd down, 0 for 2 for touchdowns in the red zone. A lot of telling stats in this loss, but ultimately a slow start gets them into an early hole, and they're unable to bounce back. Eagles fall to 3-4 on the season. Now go for a 3rd and final road game in this 3-game stretch to a 5-1 Buffalo team. We will be breaking down that matchup on the Eagle Eye in the Sky podcast, fueled by Gatorade, with myself and Greg Cosell. We will detail the matchup upcoming with Ike Reese and Mike Quick and John Clark and Greg Cosell on Eagles game plan. So stay tuned for that later this week. As always, you will have my Eagle Eye in the Sky, a column recapping what we saw from the tape in this loss. Until then, we will see you next week here on the All-22 Review, driven by AAA.